There have been some absolute legends who have won the WWE Money in the Bank match, but there have also been some other people who should have but never did. So here are 5 people who should have won the WWE Money in the Bank ladder match. And before we get started, I just wanted to make a note that I'm choosing wrestlers who are either retired, not with WWE, or who are too old to win the match. Coming in at number 5 is Wade Barrett. I've got some bad news for you, bud. You never won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Wade Barrett was a focal point in WWE once he arrived with Nexus, but following that, he was never elevated to the main event scene. He captured the Intercontinental Championship a few times, and he was always a super steady mid-carder. But he never took that jump to the main event, and I think him winning the Money in the Bank briefcase would have solidified him as a main event level superstar, and ultimately it would have helped him win world championships in WWE. Number 4 is Christian Cage. Christian Cage is someone who struggled to find success as a solo wrestler following him and Edge separating. And he won some mid-card titles, he's a former ECW world champion, but besides that, he really hasn't won much gold in WWE. And given the success that Edge has had, it's a shocker that Christian Cage didn't see the same amount of success that Edge saw in WWE. And especially since the Money in the Bank match is a ladder match, and let's just say Christian Cage is familiar with ladder matches. Christian Cage winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and having a successful cash-in would have changed his career entirely, and it would have established him as a main event level wrestler, just like his former tag team partner and best friend Edge. Number 3, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is another person who is very familiar with ladder matches, and it comes as a surprise that he was never able to capture the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, he is someone who did find success going solo after he departed from Matt Hardy. He won the WWE Championship, he's a World Heavyweight Champion, but he never really established himself as a main event level superstar. He was always floating in and out of that tier. He was never, I'm officially a main event level wrestler. He never stayed in that tier. And him winning the Money in the Bank briefcase would have helped establish him as a main event level wrestler and really solidified him as that person. Number 2 is Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's entire career was built on overcoming the odds. So the fact that he never overcame the odds and won the Money in the Bank briefcase is very, very surprising. Rey Mysterio is one of the best to ever do it without a doubt, and he never had a ton of success on the main event level scene in WWE. And although he was a major face of the company for a very long time, he never established himself as a main event level wrestler by winning championships after championships after championships. Giving him a Money in the Bank briefcase win would have helped solidify him, just like all these other wrestlers on this list, as a world champion and as a main event level superstar. And number 1 is Chris Jericho. What makes this most surprising is that the idea for the Money in the Bank ladder match is partially credited to Chris Jericho, both on screen and behind the scenes. So the fact that he never actually won the match is shocking, especially with the way that Chris Jericho is able to reinvent himself year after year after year. He has won world titles in WWE, but he's also won a lot of mid-card titles. He sort of bounced back and forth, and although he was a major player for WWE, I feel like he never stayed as a main event level caliber wrestler for the company. So him winning the match is something that should have happened, and it really would have helped him win more world titles in WWE. But let me know in the comments below, who do you think is someone who should have won the Money in the Bank ladder match? And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this kind of content.